Students, this is Malleshwari. So in this session we are going to discuss about the security at the transport layer. Okay, how to provide the security at the transport layer. This topic we are going to discuss in this class. Okay, so here we have to discuss importantly like TLS protocol and SSL protocol. Okay, so these two protocols are used to provide the security at the transport layer. Okay, these two protocols are used to provide the security at the transport layer. We will see one by one what is SSL, what is TLS. Okay, so first we will discuss about the SSL protocol. Okay, secure socket layer protocol. Okay, so this one. So this SSL, yeah, what is this SSL means? This SSL is a protocol which is used to provide the security at the transport layer. Okay, so this SSL protocol was developed by the Netscape. Okay, Netscape in the year of 1994. Okay, to provide the security over the internet. Okay, to provide the security over the internet. So what it will do, what the security SSL protocol will do means it will exchange, it will provide the security for the information while it is transmitting from the web server to the web browser. Okay, whenever the communication is happening between the web browser and web server, so that time to provide the security, so this SSL will be used, okay, in the network model. So this one. Okay, so this SSL was originally developed for securing the web browser and web server communication. Okay, the thing is this SSL is used to develop for the security for the web browser web server communication. Okay, so this SSL v30 was specified in the internet draft in the year of 1996. Okay, this one. Okay, so this SSL is a standard security technology for establishing a encrypted link between the web browser and the web server. Okay, to establish a encryption link between this web server and the web browser, we have to use this SSL technology. Okay, we have to use this SSL technology. Next, this link, so what this link will mean is this link ensures that the all the data passed between web server and web browser remains private and integral. Means it provides the privacy for the communication, it provides the privacy for the data transfer, okay, between the web server and the web browser. Okay, so it comes with the different version, so that is SSL 2.0, SSL 3.0, SSL 1.0. Okay, the SSL protocols comes with the different versions. Now the latest version is SSL 3.0. Okay, SSL 3.0. So then this next it is there, no, TLS. So this TLS is based on this SSL 3.0 only. Okay, so this is a SSL protocol. Now we'll see the components of this SSL. Before that one, what are the goals of this SSL? Okay, so what is this SSL provides for the communication? Okay, so what this means, this provides this SSL protocols offers the three different services. So those are integrity, okay, confidentiality, integrity, and the authentication. So the confidentiality means while the data is being transferred over the internet, okay, over the internet, and then network needs the confidentiality. So that time it has to provide the privacy for the information. So in the sense means, in other words, the people do not want do not want their credit card numbers, account login, password, personal information to be exposed over the network. Okay, so this is a so this credit card numbers, login account, and then password, these are the privacy information for that account holder. So that time what to do, this SSL provides this confidentiality, means it will not disclose to the other person. Okay, so this service is provided by the SSL protocol also. Okay, So this one, how it will provide, we will see. Okay, next, integrity. So what is the integrity? While transmitting the information or while transmitting the data between the web browser to web browser to web servers, so here the third party do not do any modification to this data. Okay, to this data, like, so here suppose suppose the amount, like, this amount to be, the data needs to remain integral, which means that the once the credit details and the amount to be charged to the credit card have been sent, the hacker sitting in the middle cannot change the amount to be registered and then where the funds should be go. Okay, so here the this account holder, he did the transaction, so here the amount transaction is there. The third party, what he can do, he can change this amount. So to avoid this one, the SSL is providing the service. SSL, it means the third party cannot do the modifications on the data. Okay, authentication means the authorized persons only can access the data, not other. Okay, so if the server and web server is communicating to each other, means once these two peoples authenticated to each other, that time only the data can transfer between the server and the web browser. So these are the three goals of the these are the three services provided by the SSL. Okay, next we will see the architecture of the SSL. Okay, what is the architecture, what it contains? Before this one, so where this SSL protocol exists in the network. Okay, where this protocol exists in the network. So this sorry so this protocol exists between the application layer and the sorry application layer and the transport layer. So like how it exists, we will see. Okay, so this one, so this SSL protocol, it exists between the application layer and the transport layer. So this is the architecture of the internet model. Here application layer, transport layer, internet layer, data link layer, everything is there. So where this exists, where this SSL layer exists, SSL protocol exists, means it is in the it is between the application layer and the internet, okay, transport layer. So actually it is exist in this one. So where it is available means between this one only. Okay, so this one, so what is SSL? SSL is the internet protocol for secured exchanging the information between the browser and server. It's a protocol. What it is doing means it is providing the security for exchanging the data between the server and browser. Okay, so it provides the security at the transport layer. Okay, it provides the security at the transport layer. Next, which goals it is providing means data confidentiality, data integrity, and then the authentication. Okay, this one. Now we'll see the architecture of the SSL protocol. Okay, students, so this is a SSL architecture. Okay, SSL architecture. So in this SSL architecture, it contains the four important protocols. Okay, four important protocols. So those are SSL handshake protocol, SSL exchange cybersec protocol, and SSL alert protocol, and then SSL record protocol. These are also are there, but the working already we have seen in the previous class only. Okay, so these things we are going to discuss in this. Okay, so these four protocols, so those are handshake protocol, cybersec protocol, alert protocol, and record protocol. First we'll see the SSL record protocol. Okay, SSL record protocol. Okay, so SSL record protocol. So what this SSL record protocol means? This record protocol providing the two services. Okay, it is offering the two services for the SSL connection. So those are confidentiality and the message integrity. Okay, message integrity. So in the SSL record protocol, application data first from where we are getting the data? We are getting the data from the application layer. Okay, once the data reached once the data is reached to the transport layer, what it will do, The SSL record protocol, it will this protocol divides the data into the fragments. So that is of a 2 power 14 blocks. Okay, so like this of the block size. So it will divide the data into the fragments. Okay, so after this fragments, okay, after this one, the fragment is composed. Okay, sorry, compressed, means it's going to compress by using any hashing algorithm. Then encrypted, okay, encrypted MAC generated by the algorithms like SHA, okay, so or any other one, and then it is appended. After that, sorry, after that the encryption of the data is done, and in the last SSL header, and is appended to the data. So first what we are doing, whatever the data coming from the application layer, we are doing we are fragmenting. We'll see. Okay, so the first what we are doing, once the data is coming from the application layer, okay, so what we are doing, we are dividing that one into the fragments. So the fragments of 2 power 14 blocks, okay, bytes of blocks, like this we are fragmenting. After that what we are doing, we are compressing the, okay, sorry, SSL protocol going to compress the data, okay, compress the data. So like this, without losing the information. So without losing the information, first what it is doing, it is compressing, means by using the compression function. Okay, compression function means like hashing functions, or we have to call that hash functions as a compression function only. By using any hashing function, so the data going to compress. After that, so here we are going to generate the MAC, so message authentication codes, okay, by using like hashing, like digital signature one. Okay, so for this compression we are going to add this one, okay, this one. Okay, for the compression we are going to add this MAC. Then after that, after this, the full information is encrypted. So the full thing is encrypted, compression data plus MAC. So it is going to encrypted by this one. Okay, by this encryption we are providing the and confidentiality, means other person cannot do. Why? Because it is in the unreadable format. So like this we are providing the confidentiality. Okay, here see, we are giving the digital signature. So means message integrity, means other people cannot do the modification. Through these two things we are of this SSL protocol is offering this two services. Okay, so after encrypting this one, okay, after encrypting this data, after that what we are doing, to this, okay, to this thing, it will add the SSL header. Okay, SSL header to this encrypted message, the header going to add. So what this header contains means, like previously we saw MIME header, here we are adding the SSL header. So in this SSL header, what it contains means the type, content type, sorry, context type, and then the version, which version we are using, and then the length. So these things will be available in the SSL header, sorry, SSL header. So these things we are adding. Okay, so this is the happening by the SSL protocol. These all work done by the SSL protocol. So what we are doing, first the data getting from the application layer, then after that we are fragmenting, then we are applying the compression function on that one. After this, to that compression function we are adding the MAC, and then for the entire thing again what we are doing, we are encrypting, and then to that encrypted format what we are doing, we are adding the SSL header. Okay, SSL header. So this is a work done by the SSL record protocol. Okay, SSL record protocol. Now we'll see the next protocol. Okay, okay, the next SSL handshake protocol. So SSL handshake protocol. So what this handshake protocol means, this is used to establish sessions. Okay, session means for communication. Okay, for server and the web browser communication. So this can be done by using the SSL handshake protocol. So this protocol, what it will do means, it allows the client and server to authenticate each other. Okay, to authenticate each other by sending the series of messages to each other. Okay, so here how this is happening, first it will allows the client and server to exchange, to authenticate each other. So after that it uses the 4 different pages. So to authenticate each other, it uses the 4 different phases. We will see one by one. Okay, first phase. In the first phase, okay, in the first phase, both client and server send hello packets to each other. Like client is sending and the server is sending. Okay, client and both server and client sends the hello packets to each other. And also in this session, the Cypher suite and the protocol versions are exchanged for the security purpose. The Cypher suite means in the Cypher suite what it contains, the which algorithms it is using for the encryption, decryption, the like and so that that one, and then the protocols versions, then which protocols it is using, whether it is using the SSL 1.0, like this information it will exchange to each other. Okay, the server and the server and the client. Okay, so first what it will do, client and server exchange the hello packets. After this, the Cypher suite and the protocols versions are exchanged. Okay, so between the server and the client. Okay, this is happening in the phase 1. The next phase 2. Next, in the phase 2, the server send his certificate and the server key exchange. Okay, so what the server send in the second phase, server sends his certificate, okay, which is trusted by the client. Okay, what is this trust by? If the third party provides the certificate, and then according to that only this this server will send the certificate and the key exchange. Okay, then the server send the phase 2 by sending the hello and pocket. Okay, so this one in the next phase. In this phase, the client replied to the server by sending his certificate and client exchange key. Previously, server sent his certificate and key exchange. Here in the third phase, the client is replying with the server sending certificate and the client exchange key. Okay, client exchange key. So in the fourth phase, the Cypher suite occurred, and then after this handshake protocol ends. Okay, after this we will see the one by one. Okay, so this one, so this is a client device and then the server device, SSL server device. First, what in the first phase, the client and server send the hello packets. Okay, hello packets, and then the information like Cypher suite and the protocol information. So the client sends the hello, and then server sends hello including the certificate, and then the client certificate request. First, this client will send the request. Now for this, again the return it will send the certificate request also. Okay, and this is happening in the first phase. Okay, next, client this client certificate, and then the client sends key information. Okay, next, certificate verify, and then after this with the digital signature. Next, finish the message. After that, the finished message. So like this, the information is exchanging between the client and the server. Okay, client and the server. Okay, so this one, client is sending the request and the server is accepting the request, and then the server key exchange, and then the client key exchange. Okay, next, okay, username and then the contact number. Okay, so this one, and then block length, key length period, this one, then ask for a key, KC. So this is a happening by, this is done by SSL handshake protocol. Okay, next we will see the next protocol. Okay, so this one, next protocol is change Cypher protocol. Okay, SSL change Cypher protocol. So what this protocol do means, this protocol uses the SSL record protocol only. Okay, so unless the handshake protocol is completed, okay, unless the protocol is completed, the SSL record output will be in pending state. Okay, so if the handshake protocol is not completing his work, the SSL record output will be pending. Okay, after once this handshake protocol is completed, the handshake protocol pending state is converted into the current state. Okay, current state. Next, the Cypher change protocol consists of the single message which is 1 byte length. So and then can have only one value. Okay, so this protocol purpose is to cause pending state to be copied into the current state. Okay, that's all. So here before handshake, handshake protocol, before completing his work, it is in the pending state. After once it is completed, then it will be converted into the current state. Now it can be done by using the chain cipher protocol. So what is this chain cipher protocol means? It contains only 1 byte. Okay, 1 byte in length. Then that can have only one value. What is that value? The state, whether it is a pending state or the current state. Okay, once the protocol purpose is to call, so this protocol purpose is cast to pending state to and then copied into the current state. That's all. It can be done by the change cipher protocol. Okay, so this one. Next. Okay, next, alert protocol. Okay, alert protocol, SSL alert protocol. So what's this alert protocol means? This protocol used to convey SSL related alerts to the peer entity. Okay, peer entity. So this, it contains the 2 bytes. So this protocol contains the 2 bytes. So what is that 2 bytes means? One is 1 byte for storing the level and one more byte for saving the alerts information. Okay, so this one. So this again this alert, sorry, this level further classified into two parts. So that is, one is warning and then the fatal error. So what is this alert warning means? This alerts have no impact on the connection between the sender and the receiver. Okay, this one. Next, fatal error means this alert breaks the connection between the sender and the receiver. So these two comes with the SSL alert protocol only. Okay, so this SSL alert protocol, what it means, what it will do, it will send the alerts whether warning or fatal errors. That's all. So these four are the, okay, so these four are the SSL architecture protocol. So those are record protocol, handshake protocol, cipher sec protocol, and then the alert protocol. What are the record protocol? Sorry, what's this alert record protocol? It takes the message from the application layer and then it will divided into fragments. After that it will be compressed. After that the for this compression function MAC going to add, and then this entire thing it is going to encrypted. After this one, the cipher head is, sorry, SSL header is added. So this can be done by the SSL. This SSL is providing the two functions, that is a confidentiality and then the integrity. Confidentiality means here by encrypting this one, and then integrity means by adding the MAC code. So this one. So this is done by the SSL protocol. Next, handshake protocol. So what is this handshake protocol is doing here means, it is, okay, it is authenticating the server and the receiver communication. Once this server and the receiver authenticated to each other, then it will exchanges the certificates and then keys. After this, the handshake protocol going to finish his work. So this is a SSL handshake protocol. And the cybersec protocol, what it will do means, the cybersec protocol, what it will do means, it will say the, sorry, it will say store the this state of the protocol, whether it is a pending state or a current state. So to copy this one, the SSL ciphertext, sorry, cyberspec protocol going to use. So this SSL protocol, thus what this do, what this alert protocol will do means, it will store the information into the peer entity, either whether it has to send the alerts or warnings. So this can be done by the SSL alert protocol. Okay, so this is a SSL architecture. Okay, okay, so this is related to the SSL protocol. So what we discuss, so what is the SSL protocol, what are the goals of the SSL protocol, and then the architecture of the SSL protocol. In this architecture, it contains the 4 protocols. So these things we discuss. Next we will see with the, we'll go with the TLS protocol. So the transport layer security protocol. Okay, transport layer security protocol. So this thing we are going to discuss. Okay, So there are these two protocols, this SSL and TLS protocols are used to provide the security at the transport layer only. Okay, to provide the security at the transport layer. So we finish this SSL, we will go with the TLS protocol. Okay, so what's this TLS protocol? So this TLS was designed to provide the security at the transport layer. Okay, TLS was derived from a security protocol like a SSL. Okay, this TLS is derived from the SSL protocol only. Okay, okay. What this one? This TLS is a successor to the SSL protocol only. So here this ensures the privacy between communicating the application and their users on the internet. Okay, on the internet, when the user wants to communicate with its application, this TLS provides a security. Okay, provides a security or privacy for that communication. Okay, so it is a widely developed protocol for securing client server communications over the internet only. Okay, over the internet. Next, this TLS is designed to prevent eavesdropping and tampering on the message forgery. Okay, eavesdropping means some other will steal this information. No, to prevent these things. Okay, to prevent these things, TLS was designed. Okay, we will see how it is preventing this eavesdropping and tampering. Okay, how it is preventing the tampering and then the eavesdropping or message from surgery. So see here why we need this TLS protocol. So this TLS protocols ensures that no third party may eavesdrop or tamper with any message. Here client and server is communicating. So here the third party is going to tamper, okay, going to tamper our message, or else they can steal our message. Okay, this one. To avoid this one, we are going to use TLS protocol. Okay, so how it will prevent this one? So first, the client connected to the server by using TCP protocol. Okay, transport control protocol. The client can be anything. Okay, so this one, the client sends the number of specification. So what's the specification? Version, which version it is using. Okay, and then which suite it is using, and then which compression method it is using. So this full information the client send to the server, this one. So the TLS, the TLS. Okay, and then the Cybershoot means to provide this how it is going to encrypt, which algorithms it is using. Okay, which algorithm it is using, like RSA, DSA algorithm, RC4, like which algorithm, that is a Cybershoot. And then the which compression method, SH4 SH5 or MD5, which algorithm for the compression method. With this full information, the client sends the specification to the server. This is the first step. Okay, so here why we are discussing is how the TLS providing the how the TLS is preventing the eavesdropping and the message forgery. For this one, first, what is the first step? The client is sending this specification to the server. Okay, next, the server checks the highest TSL and TLS versions that is supported by both. Okay, so the which versions it can be supported by the client and the server, both them, and then picks the Cybershoot from one of the client's option. Okay, if it supports one, and then optionally picks the compression method. So whatever the information it sends by the client, it will check by the server whether it is supported by the both or not. It will check first. Okay, so this is the second step. Next, after this basic step is done, the server sends its certificate. Okay, the server sends its certificate. Okay, the server sends its certificate. So what's this certificate? Which certificate the server is sending to the client? Okay, so the certificate must be trusted by either the client itself or the party that the client trusts. Okay, so here the certificate may be trusted by the client or by the third party. So which the third party may be trust the certificate, like the certificate the server is sending to the client. Okay, and then for example, if the client's third, okay, if the clients trust the third party, that is GEO trust, so then the client can trust the certificate from the google.com. So that certificate only client going to trust. Okay, so because the GeoTrust cryptographically signed Google certificates, so that certificate only going to trust by the client, so that certificates has to send the server. Okay, so this one. Next, having the verified certificate being certain the server really who claims to be, and then the key is exchanged. Okay, once this certificate is accepted by this client like this, then the key is exchanged, like session key is going to exchange. This can be a public or the pre-master secret or simply nothing, depending on the chosen of a ciphertext. So this through this key. Okay, this, so this is like both server and client now compute the key and for the symmetric key encryption. Now both going to compute this key, and then with this key both going to communicate with each other. So like this we are preventing the eavesdropping or message forgery. The handshake is now finished. Okay, now the handshake is finished. Okay, now the two hosts can communicate securely. Okay, securely. So this entire thing is done by the TLS protocol. Okay, so this one. Now to close this section, okay, after finishing the communication, after finishing the transaction between this client and the server, so it is going to close it. So close the connection. To close the connection, it's a close notifier alert is used. Okay, here the alert is used if an attacker tries to terminate the connection by finishing the TCP connection. Both sides will know the connection was improperly terminated. The connection cannot be compressed by this through the merely interrupted. Okay, so if the third party trying to terminate the connection by finishing the TCP connection, okay, by finishing the TCP connection, then these two parties can come to know about that one. Okay, why? Because it the connection cannot be compressed by this through the merely interrupted. So this they had established the secure communication. No? So if the third party is trying to break this communication, these two parties come to know this one. So like this, the secure communication is happening between the client and the server. Okay, so this is regarding the TLS protocol. Okay, so what as of now what we discuss, the how the security is providing by the TLS and then the SSL protocol. These two protocols we are using for providing the security at the transport layer. We'll do the division and then we'll finish this session. Okay, so what is the SSL protocol? The SSL protocol is the internet protocol for secure exchanging information between the browser and server. Okay, so where it presents means it provides the security, it presents between the application layer and the transport layer, and then it provides the security at the transport layer. And then this SSL is offering the three services. Those are the confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. Okay, so this one how it is achieving means by using the encryption link and then the compression function. Then this is the SSL architecture. In the SSL architecture, it contains the four protocols, that is handshake protocol, ciphertext protocol, alert protocol, and then the record protocol. What the record protocol will do means, the record protocol, it takes the data from the application layer and then it will divides into the fragments. After this it will compress without the data loss, and then after that to this compression a MAC going to add. After this MAC and then the this compression, it is going to encrypt. After this to that one SSL header going to add. So this everything is done by the SSL protocol only, sorry, record protocol. Okay, Next, what is a CyberSec protocol means? The CyberSec, it consists of a single message consisting a single byte with one value. So it is used to cause pending state to be copied into the current state, which updates the CyberSec. Okay. Next, alert protocols, the last protocol in the SSL architecture. So this SSL architecture convey the SSL related to the peer entity. So what is this peer entity contains means? It contains the one byte only. So one is for warning, giving the warning, and then one for giving the fatal information. Okay, so this one. So this is related to the SSL protocol, and then after that the transport layer, sorry, TLS. Okay, after that what we discuss? TLS. So what is a TLS? TLS is a transport layer security protocol. So this is also designed to provide the security at the transport layer. So this is derived from the SSL only. Okay, what it will do means, no third party may eavesdrops or tamper with any message. Okay, there are several benefits. So this TLS is what is happening means encryption, anti-interruptibility. So this so the TLS can help to secure transmitted data using the encryption and then the interoperability. So what it will do means, it works with the most web browsers including the Microsoft Internet Explorer on the operating system and web browsers. Okay, not only the okay, algorithm flexibility and easy of development and then use of uh, easy of use. So these are the services offered by the TLS, and how it is working means, first the clients send the request and then the server checks that request, and then the key sorry, server issues the certificate, and then which is trusted by the client. After that the session key is generated between the client and the server. Through that only the secure communication is happen between the server and the browser. Okay, this is a thing related to the SSL protocol and then the TLS protocol. Okay, thank you students. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment section. Okay, thank you students. Next we will come with the next topic. So that is the modes. Okay, modes. Thank you students.